Hey y'all, my
Hey.
hand's behind him. I got lost there. Uh, we have some amazing plants today.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for today. We're going to fill in an entire area of our pond right next to our great big tree here.
Hmm.
My hands can't point today.
Big.
Vanna, thank you. Show us
Yeah.
the tree. Uh, Lots and lots of beautiful plants. So I'm just going to jump right to it and I'm going to show you everything that we got. All right, we're starting off with these big, beautiful, meant to be queen nectarine Agastache, Agastache, anise hyssop. If you're in the South, that's my favorite word, anise hyssop. Who comes up with these plant names?
I don't know.
I want to do that. I want to be a plant namer. Can I make that my occupation? But look at these beautiful tubular blooms. My goal for this garden or this section of the garden are hummingbirds. I want to draw in more hummingbirds. We have like two that come visit our garden. I saw one last night on the Vermilionaire.
Hmm.
Saw me and took off. But anyway, so that's our goal with this is to create some tall, beautiful blooms. This is going to be beautiful. Now let me give you some stats on this. These get really tall. So 30 to 36 tall, 32 wide. So they're going to spread out. They're going to be beautiful. We have another here. I bought this one for the foliage. My gosh,
I
look
love
at
that one.
that. Isn't it beautiful?
Hmm.
It's
That is really
gorgeous.
pretty.
Yeah. And look at it with the coneflower. These are going together. Yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful purple blooms. So this is meant to be royal raspberry, Agastache, Agastache, anise hyssop. I love
Whichever one you want to
I
pick.
love that name. We have two of these that are going to go in front of these. And I think the colors together, you've got a little bit of the purple. Michael, can you hold that one up for me?
This
Against
one.
the bloom? Yeah. You've got the purple. I love these colors together. So you have the beautiful peach with the purple blooms there. And the calyx of this is a beautiful purple too. So I think that's going to tie really, really well together. So we're going to do those together. We have another one here that is orange-ish, peachy orange. So this is another Agastache. It says it attracts hummingbirds. So yes. This is Butter Buzz Amber. And this one is a little bit smaller. This one is 12 inches wide, 14 to 16 tall. I just realized I did not give you these stats. Let me grab a tag here for the raspberry. I had one right in front of me. So the raspberry is a little bit smaller than the peach. It's going to be 28 to 32 and then 28 to 32 wide. So that's why we're going to stair step these. So the taller in the front going down to the smaller. Taller in the back to the smaller in the front. We have a beautiful coneflower. This is rainbow. Oh my goodness, I love this. Let me show you the older bloom here. This one's about to go, but look at the cones on that. Beautiful peachy colors, raspberry colors, and that will tie in so well together here, I think. So we're going to do those in the front. I have a penstemon that's also going to go in the front. Now this one's called Red Rocks Penstemon. Isn't that beautiful? Now when I saw this, I was not planning on doing a penstemon. I got carried away in the garden center. Can you imagine?
Like you always do.
Yeah, I do. I did. I got carried away and I got a little too many plants, but I think we're going to make it work today. So the reason there's already a little tiny bee on there. I bought this because there was a bumblebee like inside, totally inside one of these beautiful flowers. Now look in there at that beautiful white color. I think the hummingbirds are going to love this. The bumblebees are going to love this. Let me give you some stats on this one. These are a little smaller. So these are 15 inches high, 12 inches wide. So they're not going to get quite as big. So those are going to go in the front. And the pink with the peach. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. We also have some more lupin.
Hmm.
I did get carried away with the lupin. I've never done lupin before, as I said in our last video, if you watched it. These, though, are elusive lupins. Everybody wants these. Nobody can find them. I found them. They're red. Red lupin. These get, I think, 36, no, 18 to 20 tall. So not terribly wide, 15 to 18 spaced apart. So not an enormous plant, which is going to be great because we have very little room. So we also have more daisies.
love my daisies. These are banana cream
Banana
daisies.
cream daisies. Now let me tell you a little story about these. I bought the Daisy May, which you saw in our last video, and these came from Lowe's. Well, the tag, which is now gone on this one, said Daisy May, but you tell me if that looks like a white bloom to you. That is not a white bloom. So these were banana cream. They were mislabeled. So I bought another one to go with it. And then I got another Daisy May to match our trio in the other part of the garden. So I'm going to lay these out and I'll show you what we do with them. Okay, here's what I've come up with, and this will probably change. I've already moved the daisies out of the situation. So the daisies are now going over here where we planted in the last video. We've got our daisy maze here. I'm going to do the banana cream on that side. So we have a swoop both sides. Also, I understand this tree is going to get large. We will move things when that happens, but we're years away from that. So on this side, I'm going to do in the front our lupin here and lupin here next to our tree. So that'll fill in that entire space here. Then we have the coneflowers on the side. I've done the penstemon in the front with the orange in the center. I think that orange and that raspberry is going to work really well together. And then our large in the very, very back, the peach color in the very back. All right, so let's get planting and then we'll show you around again. Here we are, all watered in. Oh my goodness, I love this. Do you love this?
I absolutely love it.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be so good. Now these will not fill in completely this year. We all know the 1, 2, 3. 1 year sleep, 2nd year creep, 3rd year leap. So this year they're just going to kind of settle in. We want them to gain roots. We want them to focus on root development. So they're not going to completely fill in. So we've added some additional color. Michael found these today at the garden center, and he doesn't often get excited about plants, but he did get excited about these. So if you want to tell him about it.
Yes, so these right here, they are the Supertunia Picasso in purple. And they are just so pretty. I just love them. Now, they do get, their height is 6 to 12 and spacing 12 to 24.
So they'll fill out a little bit, and they'll fill out really nicely, I think, with color where we need it, because these blooms aren't incredibly large, so they're not showy. I mean, you can barely see the peachy color back there. You can barely see the purple there. Now these will bloom a lot more as the season goes, but this foliage color on the raspberry is incredible. I think that's going to be great. And then our coneflowers are really going to be another really nice accent. And then that Picasso will fill in. Now our lupins looking pretty good so far. I gave them plenty of space. I got one there and one there. We've got our peach in the back. We've got our raspberry in the center. That bright orange Agastache. He's going to look really good, I think, as well. And then the penstemon. I did downgrade to 2 penstemon instead of 3. I just didn't feel like it needed it here. I think once these fill in, it'll be plenty of space. And then over here, we popped in our butter, what is it? Buttercream? Butter?
Oh.
I've already forgotten. Buttercream, I think.
Banana cream.
Banana cream. Why do I keep wanting to call it butter? Because they're so buttery yellow. I want to call them butter, but yeah, they're so pretty with the yellow, the light yellow against the white of the Shasta Daisy Maze. I think that's going to look great. So we did those on this side with the Daisy Maze. I think overall, these together are going to look really nice in this little vignette. Now everything's looking a little sad. If you watched last week's, or the last video, I keep saying last week, but it could have been on Wednesday. Last video that we did, we just planted these today. So they've just gotten watered in. They're looking a little tired, a little sad, but these don't. Oh my gosh, these look great. I'm so happy with this. Once these fill in and everything blooms out, it's gonna look really nice. So there we go. I've got my extra flower here. It's so pretty. I love these. I think I'm gonna put this up in the terrace so we can enjoy it up there, and that'll bring hummingbirds up there as well. But you can see in the background here, you can see that penstemon so well right here. It looks so good. And once these fill out, these are all perennial for us. I think they're all down to what, zone 5, zone 4 and 5. So we hope you like this kind of vignette and scene. I can't wait to show you what they look like later in the season as they fill out a little bit. Again, they won't get huge this year, but next year they're going to look fantastic. And we're tired of planting annuals.
Yes.
They're costing us a fortune.
Yeah.
So no more annuals. We'll still have annuals, but not as many.
The petunias, you can't.
Still not as many as those either. I think this hill of bubble gum that we have going on this year, that won't happen next year. We want to fill that out with annuals as well, so that they cascade over the berm with some shorter stuff. So anyway, we've got one more project to do today, which will be on our next video.
Yep.
All more purple, I think.
Yeah, more purple.
Imagine.
Shocking.
I won with the purple. One is yours though.
Yeah, one's mine that I picked up today just spontaneously.
Yeah,
because
it's a purple evergreen.
It was an evergreen that we didn't know was an ever purple. So we shouldn't say evergreen.
Yeah. Evergreen-ish.
Yeah.
Evergreen adjacent.
Yeah.
Adjacent. What's adjacent? I don't know. I'm tired, y'all. Anyway, we're going to take a break and we're going to hop into our next project. But you need to
like, comment, and subscribe as always.
If you don't subscribe, you don't get to see the next video. Give us a shout. Let us know what you're doing this season. We really want to hear about it. Tell us what you think of this vignette and what we've done here and how you think it's going to look. We want to hear from you. Thank you so much for your comments on our previous videos as well. We appreciate those and we look forward to talking with you more. Yep. As always, thanks so much for watching. See you next time.